Good morning. My name is Heather Fisher, Chair of the Historic Preservation Commission. It is Tuesday, April 19th, 2022, and it's 8:01 a.m. Call the meeting to order. First item on the agenda is approval of meeting minutes on March 15th, 2022.
Move approval.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Same sign. Okay, motion approved. Second item on the agenda is the Historic Overlay District review of 1410 and 1412 at First Avenue South in the Jefferson Historic Overlay District.
Morning, Commissioners. Yeah, item 2 is new construction within the Jefferson Neighborhood Historic Overlay District, located at 1410 and 1412 First Avenue South. Today is for the request for the duplex only. The garage will be coming in at a later time. From September of 2021, this actually came to your commission for demolition, and you guys approved it. And in 2018, before the historic overlay in Jefferson neighborhood was established, it was demolished for the garage as well, or for the 1410 building. And the applicant, Trenton, has been working with the neighborhood association, one of your commission members, and can further explain that coordination as well. The core neighborhoods plan identifies the subject property located within the Jefferson neighborhood as suitable for single-family residential use. The property is located a block west and block south of the edge of the neighborhood, an area where the transition between mostly single-family homes and commercial and industrial uses. The project is an opportunity for the city to implement a federal program in partnership with a local nonprofit to support affordable housing while implementing the core neighborhoods plan. That concludes staff's presentation.
Thank you. Any comments or questions?
I should note that as a member of the Jefferson Neighborhood Association, or JANA as we affectionately call it, Trenton and his group have come before us several times over the last maybe 4 to 6 months with various plans, and what we're seeing here today is significantly different and improved over what we had seen previously. Our last informal meeting was several weeks ago, and I think the general consensus was that we are satisfied with this plan.
Would you mind, just for my sake, enlightening maybe where it started and where it ended up in terms of what progress or changes you had seen from original?
Yeah, there initially was a plan that included, I believe it was either 5 or 6 housing units, and it was on the perimeter, the east and west borders of the site facing towards each other, so nothing faced the street. And we felt that it was, the density was too heavy for that particular property. So what we have now is something that faces the street and meets the vast majority of the neighborhood's requirements in terms of new construction.
Thank you. Other comments, questions? I'll start with a question. Can you tell us a little bit more, I don't know, it would be Trenton or even one of the city officials about who typically in the past has occupied these these housing units that you've created before? A little bit about the history would be, I guess I'm just curious.
Thank you for allowing me to present our plan here today. A majority of our homes are sold to families that are at 80% area median income or below. And with the CDBG HUD funding that we're using for these projects, as well as this project, it will be sold to families at 80% area median income or less. So families, generally, young families.
Yeah, thank you.
Wasn't your question what was there before?
No, I just was curious of who typically, within the nonprofit has purchased and applied in your residence before. My next question is maybe to what did you call your Jefferson? Gem? Gem, yes, Gem. Did you take a look at, I could see that you're taking a look at what is viewed from the street, and that's what we're looking at typically. I guess, and from the street view, yes, I can see it definitely fits within the context. My concern, just as an architect, is just for the residents living in the space, and this goes beyond maybe the commission's view, but maybe just a suggestion would be someone that's occupying that space. If you look at the floor plan, let's see. So it's, the main front is facing north. I think the porches are facing north, that's correct. And I see the street view looks scale appropriate and everything for me, but maybe my concern just for the residents' use is on the north side, on the south side, the lack of windows. And we know living in the north country with limited summer seasons and sunlight, especially in this winter, man, having some southern windows makes all the difference in the world, just for a quality of space. And there's especially one unit I'm thinking of, even on what would be north facing east, the east unit. So the west unit has a few windows on the west side, the other unit doesn't. It's just such a limited amount of windows. That goes beyond our parameters, but I would highly recommend getting some more windows in there just for the comfort of the residents. In our long winters here, it makes a huge difference, especially for the east. Yeah, the east unit. It's really limited. There's a lot of north windows, which are fine, but it's really gonna be limited on the east and south side, especially for our long winters. But I really appreciate that you went out, they were proactive in reaching out to GEM and having multiple meetings, and I can appreciate the amount of time and effort that takes. I really appreciate that. Any more comments? Questions?
Well, I will move approval as submitted.
I'll second that.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay, all right, motion approved. Thank you very much. Any other business for the city? No? All right. So we will meet on May 17th, 2022, and meeting is adjourned.